Hello and welcome back to the world of Tribal Wars. This week we're having a special one-off Pioneer event, and assuming everyone has a sufficient amount of fun, it'll probably get added into the normal rotation next year. But anyway, we're just testing it out. See what happens. So I'm playing Gruul Dinosaurs, the basic idea being the enrage abilities of Ranging Raptors and Rickjaw Raptor and Raptor Hatchling, plus Marauding Raptor as ramp and enrage trigger, plus the Domri fight effects. So Domri Anarch of Bolus has a -2 to fight, and Domri Raid has a -2 to fight. This one doesn't have one, I don't think. No, it just has different abilities. I'm not 100% sure I've got the right split of the various Domries, but I just wanted to try them all out, and well, they've each got their advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, Domri Raid +1 only looks at the very top card, so we've got between the Domries and the instants and sorceries, we've got a certain amount of misses for that. The Anarch of Bolus doesn't really help if I'm getting flooded, so that might be. But it does have the advantage of helping to get to gold, put power into play to get to gold 2, and the Chaos Bringer. Well, it costs 4 mana, and it 4 mana, and it's not cost isn't reduced by Marauding Raptor, so. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and maybe I'll make adjustments to it after we're done with the event. In addition to that, we've got Drove the Mighty for more ramp, in addition to the Marauding Raptor cost reduction and the Anarch and Chaos Bringer +1 abilities for ramp. And then Register Alpha as a just a way of putting 7 points of power and toughness on the battlefield with haste. Or 3 points of it has haste. Plus it also pumps Marauding Raptor up a bunch. Gets an extra 4 power just from one Register Alpha entering the battlefield, plus a pair of Gelters. Since we've got a decent amount of power to put into play, plus Anarch of Bolus puts an extra bunch of power into play, so we should be able to get Gelter down to pretty cheap. And we've also got Reckless Rage for triggering Enrage, 4 damage to target creature you don't control and 2 damage to target creature you control. So. And then Communicate with Dinosaurs just to round everything out. Look at the top 5 cards, reveal a dinosaur or land, and put it into your hand. So, it's fairly simple and straightforward. We'll see what happens. We've also got the mana base is just red and green lands. Game Trail is the reveal a mountain or forest from your hand if it doesn't come into play tapped. Rootbound Crag is you have to control a mountain or a forest. And Shelter Thicket is a mountain forest, which enters tap, but you can cycle it. And then we've got Stomping Ground. And special thanks to Arcbound Day Labour for lending me the full Stomping Grounds to make this deck without spending the money for 4 Stomping Grounds. But yeah, Shelter Thicket is there because it's a mountain forest for Game Trail and Rootbound Crag, but also producing a lot of mana and have the potential to flood out, so that should help a little bit. Plus, it's not a lot for the deck to do on turn 1, so if that comes in tapped on turn 1, that's not too big of a deal. Alright then, let's get to it. Right, here we are for round 1. I'm on the draw versus BDGP 009, and this seems like an acceptable, if not super exciting hand. We've got some early stuff and a community with dinosaurs, so sure I'll be able to find my later stuff. Flower. This is the search for basic forest of points and just put it in hand. It's one of the split cards, although I'm not allowed to see what the other side of it is while it's on the stack. Flourish. Just a 2/2 for everyone. It's on the turn. That's the other side of it. But okay, there we go. Plains. So reveal a mountain and then play with Commune with Dinosaurs. Right, okay, so definitely don't need another land. Ranging Raptors or Register Alpha. Well, I guess since I've got nothing to trigger the Ranging Raptors at the moment. So next turn I'll Drove the Mighty, and turn 3 I'll have 4 mana. Which won't be enough for the Alpha, but then I can just do it in the Commune and Raptor Hatchling at worst. And so yeah, let's just take the Alpha. Wait, how do we do this? Okay, so yeah, put that one on first, then these below it. Cool art on these planes. So, these are the Throne of Eldraine ones, I think, aren't they? Okay, so Naya, but nothing happening yet. No, I don't want to play Rebound Crag. Game Trail is. Well, trying to think now. Obviously, I want to Drove of the Mighty, but this could be holding up a burn spell like a shock or something. In which case, I'd rather play a Raptor Hatchling and then play the Drove of the Mighty when it will have 3 toughness. So this is the part of the problem with a playing a new format that we've never played before, is I don't know what kind of removal spells are going to be common. Since I can't play the Register Alpha, even if I play the Drove Mighty, I'm going to go for the Hatchling. Still not playing the planes. Still not doing anything. Interesting. Well, if I'd played the Drover, I would have been able to play the Ripjaw Raptor. Assuming it survived, but that's fine. It's just Commune with Dinosaurs, and then I don't think else I'll play the Drover. So Raptor Hatchling or Marauding Raptor. I'm going to go for the Marauding Raptor, so I haven't got anything to trigger the Raptor Hatchling anyway. And now I can play a Marauding Raptor, which will be able to trigger the Ripjaw. This Gingerbread Cabin, which creates a food token if you've got 3 of the forest, and a golden egg. So, food tribal? No, that's not possible. Yeah, really, I don't know what's going on. So I can either Ripjaw Raptor and Drover, or just play the Registrar Alpha. I think I'm just going to play Registrar Alpha. Let's just do damage. It'll trigger the Marauding Raptor twice, get out to 6, and the token will have haste, so... So swing for 10. There's the planes, finally. Rampage Smasher can't be blocked by Knights or Walls, so I've got to assume this is a giant deck, which would make sense with the colours, and not having so much to do in the early turns. So it's possible, well, I was going to say it's possible that the BGP's got a, whatever the giant is, it does the Stomp Giant. It hasn't had a convenient time to use it. So if I play the Ripjaw Raptor, swing with everything, block the Alpha, it's 3, 7, 8, yeah, so that should be lethal. I don't think there's any one mana white removal or anything in this format. But I get to draw a card even if there is. And there we go. So, seems like I was facing a somewhat clunky draw there, but managed to put on the pressure and win in a reasonable time frame. Okay, this seems fine. Don't have anything early to make the Drover big yet, but I'm sure Communal Dinosaurs will find a dinosaur. Hey, you didn't even need to find one. I'm sure it will anyway. Yeah, let's go run another Marauding Raptor, or Marauding Raptor again, rather than more Raptor Hatchlings. This one is +1 or so, 3 mana. So I can go Marauding Raptor this turn, assuming it survives. Raptor Hatchling, and Drover of the Mighty next turn. And that will get the Hatchlings will trigger the Marauding Raptor, which will grow it by 2, but and then they'll enrage and die, and then the token will trigger the Marauding Raptor. So this will be a 10-3. Yeah, I think just the tons and tons of power is the is what I want to go for, rather than playing the Ripjaw Raptor. Because if I can I might be able to just win next turn. Yeah, BDGP will only have 4 mana next turn, or this turn rather, so that won't be enough to do the Giant Wrath. This 5 mana adventure Giant Wrath, and then I'll be able to play the Register Alpha this turn and again swing for tons. So yeah, that was fairly quick and effective. See you in round 2. Alrighty then, here we are for round 2 against Diamond Dust. I'm on the play, and I spectated Diamond Dust's round 1 match after mine was done, and I know he's playing black-white vampires, which might be a bit of an issue. But I expect it to be a strong deck at any rate, and this is well, it's a little bit awkward. They've got Drover of the Mighty without a cheap dinosaur to make him big, and a Domri and a Reckless Rage, but I think it's fine. It shouldn't take too long to get to a Register Alpha with this hand. And that's a reasonable target for my own Reckless Rage. Let's communicate Dinosaurs. Probably just grab a land. Yeah, I don't need a Thrashing granted on that much, I don't think. Play out the other Drover. Nope, definitely. Don't want to attack my 1-1 in. Gifted Aetherborn. So I think probably what I'll do this turn is Ranging Raptors, Reckless Rage to take out the Aetherborn, and attack for 3. What else could I do? Good. Domri Anarch, and use the mana for Arranging Raptors. That might be better. Or I could just play the Register Alpha. Yeah, let's go. Domri and then tick up to play the ranging raptors. And at 4 loyalty, you'd need a removal spell and some like a lord or something to kill the Domri, which is possible, but is that what's going to happen as well for maximum punishment? It is. Okay. Well. Right, instead I'm just going to play the ranging raptors. And hold up the Reckless Rage. Because I'll just attack with one of the Drovers then. Okay. Trying to decide now whether the Gifted Aetherborn or the Legion Lieutenant is more scary. Probably still the Legion Lieutenant. There goes my guy, and hit for 3. No follow up though. So I could Domri, but I wouldn't have enough mana, so I still won't have enough mana to play a second creature. So I'm just gonna play the Registrar Alpha. And it looks like it's about to die. Okay, that's fine. Do I want to attack with a Drover? Yes, because there's no guarantee that it's still going to be a 3/3 by the time we get around to blockers. If the token dies. Yep. And another Legion Lieutenant. Alright, well, hopefully I've gotten through all of the opponent's removal. Again, going to attack with one of the Drove of the Mighty. Because again, there's no guarantee that there'll still be 3/3s by the time we get around to blockers. I want to keep at least one of them back, in case they are still 3/3s for purposes of blocking. Okay, so Dust Legion Zealot. And another Dust Legion Zealot. So the question is, do we trade off the Raptor? Yeah, I think that's fine. But a relatively low life total, and seems a fine enough trade. Mid-editing Penniless Planeswalker here, and I'm going to jump in to give a little bit of a retrospective thoughts on this. I think this is a pretty bad trade that I made here. It shrinks my Drovers back down to 2/2s, and means I don't have a good target for the Dominate fight ability. Also, it means I don't have much protection for my Planeswalkers once I play them. So I think it would have been better just to take 3, probably play the Dominant Raid, fight the Legion Lieutenant with the Ripjaw Raptor. I still would have gotten a draw, but that would have removed a bunch of the power off the opponent's side of the board. I'd have a pair of 3/3s and a 4/5 to block, and then maybe at that point I could have traded with the 8th Born after that point. I think I made a mistake, a pretty big mistake here. Alright, back to the live commentary. Let's draw a card. I'm going to play Little Domri, and I'll tick it to look for a creature. That is unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to play Big Domri. Or am I? No, maybe not. And yet more removal. And a Sanctum Seeker. So I'm going down to 1 here and have to chump block. That's not good. Is there even anything? No, I don't think so, so I've got to... Well, let's just have a look. No harm in that. Okay. Okay. Well, seems fine. No point in revealing. Uh, So the decision is between Marauding Raptor and Drover of the Mighty. Marauding Raptor seems like a better card here. So I would rather play out the Marauding Raptor first, because that gives me the potential to play more next turn. Potentially as the Drover and the Raptor, actually. I'm just trying to figure out whether it's worth it to expose the Marauding Raptor to removal. No, I'm just going to play the Drover of the Mighty. Because next turn, even if I don't draw land, assuming the Drover survives, I can still play the Marauding Raptor and then play the Raptor Hatchling. But yeah, I'd much rather have the Fatal Push be spent on the Drover than the Marauding Raptor. Marauding Raptor actually going to survive? No, it's not. Alright, let's play out a Hatchling. Alright, so let's Reckless Rage, take out the Farmer of the Diamond in response. Get my 3/3. Okay, this is a situation where I could play Domri Chaosbringer, down ticket, although that would be bad in the case of removal plus Lord, Vampire Lord, so that would kill the Domri. I think what I'm going to do is actually just Domri and Uptick. And then just pass the turn. If I can tick this up to ultimate, that should be pretty good. And can make a riotous little Raptor Hatchling. And 2 toughness. If I can kill a Legion Lieutenant, it might actually be able to eat the Dust Legion Zealot and survive. Create its enraged Big Brother without dying. They're both going for Domri. So the risk here is if I Reckless Rage on the token to kill the Legion Lieutenant, then I could trade the token with the Aetherborn, eat the Dutch Legion Zealot and get another token. But it gets pretty bad if the target of Reckless Rage dies in response. Well, it's not that bad. It doesn't get counted, does it? It's still got another target. So yeah, let's just do that. Ooh, how much does this cost? 7. It's still quite a lot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So I could take this up again to put it into ultimate range next turn, but that would be pretty bad if Diamond Dust draws a Hero's Downfall. I'm just going to minus it, I think that's fine. Less risk to that. Okay, yeah, that's just managing it was also good enough to win. So this is not a great hand. Sort of comes down to how much I trust communing with Dinosaurs to make my early game work. I don't trust it a huge amount, but I don't really want to go mulligan against such a removal heavy deck. Just don't want to be trading 1 for 1. I mean, I don't want to be down on resources when it's just, a lot of the time I'm going to be just trading 1 for 1 anyway. Well, that's not going to help my early turns out. Well, at least there's no Legion Lieutenant quite yet. Alright, a 3-drop. Perfect. Not super confident this is going to survive the turn. I was right to be not confident. So I could either Raptor or Marauding Raptor and Raptor Hatchling. I think I'm going to do the Marauding Raptor Hatchling just so I've got 2 potential blockers. Okay. Alright, let's trade with one of these one drops. It's not ideal, but let's play a Raptor. And I am dead. That was unfortunate, but not super surprising given how clunky my opening was. Okay, here we are for round 3 on the play versus Romelos or something. And this is obviously pretty unkeepable. I mean, it might be okay if the Sheltered Thicket wasn't a tap land. As a commune for another land maybe, and get the accelerators going. But I think relying on all that coming together and as slow as having it be so slow with a tap land is not a good idea. Okay, so this seems keepable. I guess I'll just ditch the Register Alpha. So, black white again. So if I go Drove with the Mighty, well, I can. Again, it's the question of I want to play Marauding Raptor first, ideally, but how likely is it to die? I mean, I guess I don't know that I'm facing a deck with tons of removal like I was last round, so let's just go for the Marauding Raptor. Humans or knights maybe. Extra from white, first strike. Just run out so as long as any player controls a white permanent. Okay. So I guess I'll just go Raptor Hatchling, Drover with the Mighty, and attack with a bunch. It's got first strike, but it's still just a 2/2. Maz. 3 attacks, create a 1/1 white cat soldier creature token with vigilance is attacking. Blocks, create a 1/1 white. Yada 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 yada. And he's a cat soldier and apparently not a noble despite being a king. Weird. Okay. Guess I'll just Ripjaw Raptor. If I draw a red source off it, I can also Reckless Rage. I did not. I don't have any good attacks. Kalitas. Vampire Warrior. So we've got a human knight, a cat soldier, and a vampire warrior. Probably want to be killing this coitus before it can do anything too scary to me. So I guess I'll Reckless Rage it and get another draw after Victoraptor. Alright, I'll commune and probably look for a land. Yeah, I don't need another Victoraptor that badly. I've already got two. I can Drover and Raptor Hatchling. Yeah, still no good attacks. Another Coletus. I will don't really fight that. Yeah, that's that's my turn. Liliana, fortunately she can't actually kill anything. Venerable Knights. Oh. When it dies, but a +1/+1 counter on target knight you control. Okay. What do I make of this? I think I'll stick all of these in front of the Brimars. And then it'll still die even if this is one piece of removal. And I get a draw out of the Cat Soldier. Well, that well went better than expected. Start by doing that. I suppose I will just attack Liliana with the Raptor. Yeah, and that gets through because even a double block will give me 2 cards, I guess, and let me trade with a Knight of Malice. And let's just play some more Raptors, draw some more cards. Maybe I should have done that first, actually. Didn't really consider that, because I knew I had the Reckless Rage on top, so I could have played the Ripjaw Raptor and then killed one of the creatures and swung for a lot more. Oh well. Not a big deal. Down ticking the Liliana to get back probably Kalitas, I suppose. Yeah, Kalitas returned. And then just a concession. Just too much on the board to deal with, I suppose. I could have Domri minused and then Reckless Raged and swung for a lot. Seems fine. It's not super exciting start or anything, but it does represent 8 points of power to cast the Galta with. Order of Midnight, that's the turn target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Adventure. It's just a 2/2 flyer with can't block. Yeah, so Draw of the Mighty. Probably into a Ripjaw Raptor next turn. Nah, History of Analia. So probably Ripjaw Raptor, and then ideally I want to Domri down the flyer before this does the buff. The +2/+1, because this one is a knight. Alright, this might hurt a bit if the Ripjaw Raptor gets removed in response. Fatal Push doesn't do it. There's like cast down stuff which might do it. I guess I could Drove the Mighty fight the Order of Midnight. It doesn't have as much upside, but it's less risk to it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I mean, I don't want to. have my Raptor die in response and then be facing so much damage. That's right. No, that was incredibly stupid. Because if the Ripjaw Raptor had died in response to drove the Mighty, would have been a 1-1 and would have just been eaten by my own fight ability. So that was incredibly bad. Yeah, so I should have just played the Raptor Hatchling and then fought with it, and that would have been a lot more sensible. Liliana Death Majesty. Create a 2/2 block zombie creature. Put top 2 cards you live in your graveyard. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And destroy all non-zombies at -7. So I probably don't want to let that get up to -7. How much does this cost? 4. So let's attack Liliana. My 2 enraged guys. Guess I should probably take out the knights rather than the zombie. And then we can go Marauding Raptor, Raptor Hatchling, Gelter. Could also play the other Raptor Hatchling. But it might be worth more just as ways to make the Marauding Raptor bigger. And in the case of a board sweeper. But no, just the power of the Gelter gets me there. Alright, and there we have my first foray into the Pioneer format. I certainly had fun with it and was fairly happy with my deck. 2-1 result isn't bad, and the match that I lost against Vampires, it seems like a fairly bad match in terms of all removal makes it hard for me to set up my synergies, so ended up with Drove of the Mighty being a 1-1 a bit too much of the time and not being able to protect my planeswalkers and such. And the Death Touch creatures rendering the sort of my larger creatures irrelevant. My larger, more expensive creatures irrelevant. But even then, it didn't seem like an uncompetitive matchup. It just seems like I was an underdog. Marauding Raptor was very good. I mean, I expected it to be good. I think it's pretty obvious that it's a good card. I wasn't sure how it impressed me with how it can be an effective, very effective early attacker as well as a ramp card. Because there is a fairly high cost to having this in the deck. That it kind of means I can't. Well, I guess I could, but I don't want to have the 1-drop acceleration creatures like Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves, which I'm not sure. Maybe the deck would be better like with that if I was going from 1 to 3. rather than messing around with Marauding Raptor. But the Marauding Raptor did impress me with how good it was, so I like this version of the deck. Still not really sure about the Domries, like what split of Domries I should have. One thing I did learn is that the -3 on the Chaosbringer lets you grab 2 creature cards, which I did not realise before putting it in my deck. So that's a bit better than I thought it was. There was some awkwardness with the +1s of these 2 Domries. Just the fact that I don't really have much in the terms of 1-drops means that if I'm playing this on 3 or this on 4, and it's not really safe to minus them, or not advantageous enough with the Anarcha Bolus, then probably not doing anything with that mana, which is a little bit awkward. So, but yeah, I just need to spend more time playing with the deck to figure out which Domries I'm most happy with. Golter was generally castable, which is a nice thing. The deck isn't the fastest at getting enough power out to power out a quick Golter though, so I think 2 is a reasonable number. I think that is all I have to say. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll probably see some more Pioneer next year.